Thank you and welcome to WaterDistillers.com, and welcome to your interest in viewing our survival water distiller. It's a distiller which we helped develop in reference to consultation, and we're really proud of that. We're really proud of the product which you're about to see. This product is made in the United States, by the way, and it is the only product in this category that is made in the United States. Anything else that you may see out there is absolutely not. And that's very important, and I'll talk about those things as I show you the survival water distiller. When you take a look at it, it tells you something very obvious, that this can absolutely save your life in an emergency situation. But not just that, in non-emergency situations, which I use, I'll take this camping with me. We'll take it if I go to a second or third world or anywhere out of this country. This is going with me because I don't always trust the water that's there, or they may not have an electrical outlet for me to plug in an electrical water distiller. So this is great. This will even, you can use this on the ocean, and you can drink and distill ocean water as well. So this one depends on energy and heat. You can put it on your stove. You can put it on different areas that have a heat source, and I'll get more into that as to ideas on how you can use that. Now, as we open this up, you'll see that we have directions on here, which I'll show you in each particular area that you can use, and they're quite simple. And at any time, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. It's pretty straightforward, and I believe you'll really benefit from reading those. As well as you have directions on the water distiller, on the survival water distiller, and how to use it, and how to benefit from it in more ways than you might be thinking. Now let me show you the simplicity of this. To me, it kind of looks like a flying saucer when I first saw it. And here it is. Really simple, isn't it? Yet it's patented, and this took research and a lot of different prototypes to come up with this particular model and design. Again, this is very strong stainless steel on here, and this is the only other thing you're going to find, which is an extension tube, which you'll put into your drip. It's your drip canal, so that if you have a high flame source, that you're hitting this metal instead of a polymer, which could possibly overheat. So let's set that aside. Now let's take a look at the design of this. It's two components. They're stainless steel, again made in the United States. Anything else that you find out there will not have this strength. And this, by the way, has no seams. If you take a look at competitors' brands that might be out there that you might find, or that you think are equal, there's no way you can just drop them because they're tweaked, which I just did. Plus, this is very strong and it's made to survive. If you bought a distiller or a survival water distiller that's not rigid with this high density stainless steel, then it's going to bend and tweak on you, and that's what you're going to find out there. In fact, this is so strong that you can actually put your weight on it. You can put it any way that you want to. You're not going to tweak it. You can stand on it if you wish, and you're going to find out that it's going to stay exactly the same. Same with this component as well. When you do it this way, in fact, you can even do it this way on your stainless steel, and it's going to stay rigid and in place. Now that's really important, because if you want a survival still and your distiller doesn't survive, then what good is it? Take a look at competitors to see that there's seams you'll find in there, and anytime you have a seam, there's welding involved, and you'll see that they will show rust, which doesn't help you as well. Plus, if you push or stand on them, they're going to tweak and they'll be useless. Now, the way this is designed is to put this over a pot below it and a pot above it. The pot below it is your boiling chamber, and the pot above it is your condensing chamber. So I want to show this to you, and then we'll have another video that actually shows you that as well. but I want you to really see the concept of this, and then we'll put, if you can understand what I'm sharing with you now, then everything else will come really easy and make even more sense to you. So you have your pot down here. Of course, the lid, and you have, if you take a look at this, you'll see that there's a ridge, two ridges, one here and one in here. So your pot needs to fall within these two ridges, which you won't see anywhere. So there's a variance, so you can use a lot of different pots. You're not structured to one pot. Well, why is that important? Because if you bought a system that only has one pot and you ding the pot or you ding the top, then what are you going to do? Are you going to go out and order it? You know, you won't be able to order it because it's an emergency survival situation. And you won't be able to use that particular survival water distiller as well. So it's going to fit in this category. The importance of that is you can find any pot and pan, and you don't have to depend on particular pots and pans to carry with you. All you need is this. Or you don't have to carry or buy additional pots and pans, which is really important because that saves you a lot of money. Why do you need to duplicate your pots and pans when you already have them and they're close enough? So in a survival situation, you generally will have items like that at a minimum. Okay, same with the top. Take a look at the top. It has an outer seam here too as well. So when you put your pot on top of it, it really has that much variance for you. If you can take a look at that here, you'll see that it has about that much variance on your upper pot, and it should stay within this ridge. I have found though, once you use this and have become really familiar with this, you'll find that you can cheat and get some that are a little bit larger on the top as well as on the bottom. You just have to be careful with that. Now, the bottom pot is being heated. It's over a heat source. The steam comes on up, comes up through this funnel or conduit, comes on up. It's guided right to the bottom of this plate so that you understand how it goes. The bottom of this plate is very close to your top condensing cold water source or cool water source. Now, when that moisture, or I should say, when the moisture comes up, if you can see this, and the steam comes up through these side portals, if you can see, comes up through these side portals and hits the bottom of that cold pot on top, it condenses. So when it condenses, it comes down on this plate, it comes down right here on this plate, settles in these ridges here on the side, and over here on this particular ridge is where it condenses, and it comes out through this particular area here into an area which you'll have distilled water. So again, the cone sets the water through. You hit the top of this plate. You have your cold water pan up on top. The steam comes up through these side vents. It condenses, and your distilled water comes out through your side, such as this, into a reserve or containment bottle or jar, or another pot, if you so wish for that to happen. So this is the key. This is the heart of any system that you have. You can use it with just a bunch of variable different pots and pans. You can buy them too as well. But more than often, you're going to have something that you have at home will really work for you. And again, there's a variance. Generally, the standard pots and pans that you have there will work for you. If you want to get survival ones, you can get those too, or you can just email us and we can provide pots and pans for you. But we encourage you to use what you have already. Yeah, and on the screen, so that you know, are the dimensions that'll work on the top as well as on the bottom of the tray. So you have both sides. Now let me share some other things, and that's basically how it works. And by the way, on the directions that I gave to you in respect to how to set it up and how to use it, I showed you the front of the box before. Now, so you can take a look at that as well. It gives you an example of basically what I'm talking to you on the very back of the box. So you can refer to that as well. Now, when we set this up as well, we need to put in our tube. The tube is basically, so that you can see, we're going to insert it right up through the drain tube area. Push it through. Basically, this acts as a gasket at the very top. So we're gonna set that, push it, and pull it all the way through. And you're going to leave less than 1/4 inch as you draw it through. The important thing is, again, as you can see, I'm twisting it a little bit to help it through, but you have to leave less than 1/4 inch. And that's because it's going to be picking up the water on this side. So there's a little funnel here, as you can see, and that funnel, you want to bring it down to the bottom of this trough, we'll call it, so that when the water, as I shared with you before, starts dripping in here, it picks that on up. But you need to make sure that that is really touching the bottom of this trough. Okay, so you pull it as far as you need to. You also, as you can see, it acts as a gasket. But when you pick it up, you'll also see it acts as a gasket on this portion of it too as well. This is stainless steel, by the way. Everything is stainless steel as you see it at this point in time. This will now sit over the pot that's below it. You've got a pot above it, and you're ready to go.